Since a junta took control in 2020, Mali has been under the leadership of military officials who executed another coup the subsequent year. Recently, a significant number of soldiers, including 2 senior generals, have been detained in connection with coup-related charges. Additionally, former Prime Minister of Mali, Choguel Kokalla Maiga, has been arrested on corruption allegations. And he is not the only former Prime Minister facing the wrath of Mali's military leaders, who are ramping up arrests to strengthen their hold on power. Here's all you need to know about the crisis in Mali. According to reports, over 30 soldiers and military personnel in Mali have been apprehended on charges of trying to undermine the government. These arrests, which have taken place over several days, have specifically focused on high-ranking officials, among them General Abbas Dembel, who previously served as the governor of the central Mopti region. And as mentioned earlier, former Malian Prime Minister Choguel Kokalla Maiga was taken into custody on accusations of corruption. Earlier this month, the National Economic and Financial Unit, tasked with combating corruption, summoned the former Prime Minister for questioning in relation to an inquiry into claims of misappropriating public assets. In November 2024, Maiga was removed from his position as Prime Minister just days after he publicly condemned the military regime for delaying elections. After his ousting, Maiga persistently voiced his criticisms of the military regime through various media outlets. Earlier this month, Moussa Mara, a former prime minister, found himself behind bars after expressing his backing on Twitter for critics of the ruling military junta who are currently imprisoned. In June, General Assimi Goïta, the nation's leader, was awarded an extension of 5 more years in his position, despite prior assurances from the junta to restore civilian governance by March 2024. This decision came on the heels of the military regime's dissolution of political parties, which took place in May. The ongoing crisis in Mali has once again brought attention to the issue of political instability across Africa. This instability can largely be traced back to challenges in leadership throughout the continent. Many African nations are run in manners that deviate significantly from the contemporary state systems they aim to emulate. Leadership has deep roots in African cultural practices and traditions. While the specific forms and contexts may vary, these nations possessed effective governance strategies long before colonial influences took hold. When multi-party democracy emerged during the so-called third wave of democratization, numerous regimes across African countries resisted the changes that came with this political shift. Consequently, alterations were made to the constitutional framework and state institutions to establish an uneven playing field for the opposition. The previous generation of African leaders regarded democracy and development as fundamentally opposed, linking democracy with ethnic strife that squandered scarce resources. Through political repression, African leaders transformed the realm of politics into a battleground. As a result, they became surrounded by numerous adversarial forces. This state of constant siege diverted their focus away from development, which they consequently deemed a low priority. The ongoing trauma from relentless and arbitrary rule has transformed African societies into entities that evoke fear, prompting others to avoid, deceive, or conquer them whenever possible. This subjugation has led to a waste of Africa's human resources, which are crucial for development. On a community level, it has eroded the traditional resilience of the populace, resulting in a widespread experience of confusion, withdrawal, despair, or even quiet rebellion among individuals. The devastating impact is evident in the increasing number of refugees fleeing their homes. With many of the continent's elites choosing to leave for better opportunities abroad, African nations have lost a significant portion of their most skilled and talented individuals.